So hello and welcome. In this tutorial I would like to show you how to create a simple interactive banner in Adobe Animate CC 2021. So right now I will show you what we will be doing today. So we are going to have something like this, and we have some coupon number for the discount, and it is hidden, and I will have to go with my mouse over these particles, and they will fall down, and they will show my number. And then I can click on the button and go to some website. This is right now connected to Adobe website, but you can put it to any website. So yeah, that's it. Okay, so I'm in Adobe Animate and I have created an HTML5 document which is 300 by 600, but you can go with any size you want as long as it is HTML5. So right now I will go to my rectangle tool and I will get some color. I can go with maybe some kind of orange like so, and I'm going to create a shape like this. You do not need to do this way. You can create multiple separated shapes like so, and then just duplicate them like this. But what I want to do, let me delete this, is I will get an eraser tool. It is in here, and you should have something like this in here, and if not, just click somewhere and something like this should appear. And in here you can create the size of the eraser tool, and I would like to go with maybe something like 4 or 3, something like that. Okay, and so right now what I can do is go ahead and do something like this, and then I can divide this on the maybe 10 parts like so. Okay, and right now these parts are going to be separated like so. What I can do is click on one of them, and I can go to the modify, and I'm going to choose convert to symbol, or the shortcut is going to be F8, and I can call this to be symbol 1. That's fine. And with the shortcut F8 I am going very quickly to do this for all of them like so. So don't worry about these symbols names. These names are not important for us right now, because we are going to be putting to these shapes names in here in the instance names. Right now I can go to my library, and in the library I have my symbols. And if you have a project where you have more stuff and you do not want to have symbols like this, you can create a new folder, call this to be pieces, for example, like so. And hopefully I didn't misspell pieces. And you can drag all of them like so to the folder, like this. Right now what I want to do is create an instance name for all of these shapes. So very quickly, again, I will have to call this, for example, P1, like the piece number 1. And I can do this to all of them. This is going to be P2. The next one is going to be P3. And like so, I will have to create a name for all of them. There is also an option to create shapes on the stage directly from the library, but that's topic for another tutorial. So right now we are going to do this like so, and the last one is going to be P10. Okay, fine. Right now we can just create some kind of very simple text, and we can change this color to maybe something like blue. And I can type in here something like get your coupon number, and hopefully I'm not misspelling anything. If yes, yeah, I'm sorry, but this tutorial is not about that. And I can make this little bit smaller, maybe like so. Okay, what I can do is click on the stage, and or anywhere in here, and I am going to have an option to change the stage color. and I can change this to maybe some kind of tint of orange, something like this. So basically when I hit Ctrl Enter for the testing in the browser, I'm going to have some kind of borders, because otherwise I wouldn't see where my canvas is if my canvas was white. Now what I can do is create new layer. So I'm going to create new layer, and this layer I'm going to call numbers. And later on we will put this numbers layer below my layer 1. And I'm going to get the text tool. I can go with this blue color, and I'm going to just type some random numbers like so. Okay, this is just some kind of coupon number that you would use on some website to get the discount. So I'm going to position it like so, and here. And right now I will put my numbers layer below the layer 1, so the text is not visible. And as I said, you do not need to do this this way, as I did. You can create multiple shapes like so, or you can even create triangles, whatever. Just somehow hide the text with some shapes. And I will have to get rid of all of the parts, like so. Okay, fine. I will create a new layer, and I will right click. I will choose actions, and what I can do, let me make this smaller for now. In here there is an option to click this code snippet, these two arrows, and this is going to give me an option whether I want ActionScript or HTML5. I would like to go with HTML5. And in here there is an option for the animation. So I will choose animation, and I would like to go with animate vertically. So I'm going to select one of my shapes, and I'm going to double click on the animate vertically, like so. And this is going to give me some kind of code. This top part, and let me zoom in a little bit in here. So this top part, this is commented out. You can create comments by slash and asterisk to start the comment, and asterisk and slash to close the comment, or just slash for the one line of the comment. And these are just some kind of instructions, so if you want you can go ahead and read them, but I will get rid of them. And in here I will again make this little bit bigger. I have some kind of even listener, so this add even listener. We have even listener tick. In here you can have click, mouse over, double click, and tick is just another way of listening. Then we have the function that we are calling, and this bind, and this. I already created a tutorial which is called JavaScript in Adobe Animate. I can provide the link in the description, and I explained there what does this mean. But yeah, we have something like this, and right now if I hit Ctrl Enter, my shape is going to fall immediately. So I will refresh this, and it is falling. And basically we have this P1, which is our shape, Y position. I could change this to X position, and right now it would go to the right. Maybe you saw it. It's not very you don't see it very good because it goes through the shapes, but yeah, there is this movement to the right. Okay, but I will change this to the Y, and for example, if I would change this to -10, this would go to the top, like so. And this 10, it means like 10 pixels in one frame. I guess it's like so. And this plus equal means that it is going to be increasing and moving. If I just had equal, it would only position my shape to position Y10. Okay, if I would change this to maybe 400, and I would hit Control Enter, it would position it somewhere here because this is position 400 of the Y. Here is 200 maybe, and this is 600. So yeah, but I will put this back to 10, and I'm going to make this to be plus equal. You can go with maybe 20, and this is going to make this faster if you want. Like so, okay. Now what I will do is I will create a variable, and I am going to call it let root is equal to this. Okay, let is just a new way of declaring variables, not as new, but maybe so for some of you, you know that there is this var, and var is just older way of declaring variables. You can also, of course, go with var, and it's not going to influence this right now, but I prefer to work with let. You have let or const, that's the modern JavaScript. So let root is equal to this, and I will, maybe for some of you I will overcomplicate this, but I want to make this simpler to understand you. I will get rid of this bind, because if you want to access something outside of the function, you are going to be using this and something. And if you want to access something in the function, you cannot use this, but you will have to create a variable like so and use the variable in here. All right. Or if you want to use this inside of the function, you would have to create something like this, bind and this. And basically this bind and this part of code will just allow you to use the keyword this inside of the function. But if I get rid of this part of the code, I will have to create the variable that I created. So right now we have only this add even listener tick, and this is the name of the function. I can change this, and I will call this to be fall down. This name is arbitrary. I will copy this and I will paste it in here, because this means that we have even listener to this, to whole object. Tick is just listening, and we are calling fall down function, and here is the fall down function, and we have this animation in here. I can go ahead and duplicate this and change this to root p2, root p4 or 5, like so. And right now 3 of my pieces are going to be falling down, 1, 2, and 5. Okay, fine. Now what I want to do is create one array. So I'm going to type let, and I will get rid of this space in here. So let, and I'm going to call it parts, and I'm going to set this equal and square brackets. Square brackets will allow you to create an array, and in here I'm going to type this p1, comma, and I will copy this, Control C, and I'm going to paste to this array all of my parts that I created. So up to p10, like so, p5, p6, and later on we are going to be looping through this, like so, p9, and last one is going to be p10. Okay, so I will just check whether I have this correctly, but it seems like yes. Okay, and semicolons at the end, they are optional. You can use them, but you do not need to. But it's good practice because other programming languages require them, or some of them require the semicolons. Okay, and why did I create these parts? The reason is that right now what I can do is I will get rid of this. So right now if I hit Control Enter, I have only the first one, falling, and I'm going to comment this out. So // so nothing is moving. And what I can do is type in here parts, And right now it is okay that in here this is declared this p1, it is still going to be working in here, but you cannot directly type in here this. Okay, but yeah, parts, and here is going to be number. I will put 0, and in the second I will explain why I put there 0, and I'm going to type y is plus equal 10, and I will hit Ctrl Enter, and the first one is going to be falling. And basically when you have array like so, right now we have 10 elements or 10 things in the array, and arrays are 0 based, which means that this element, I will call it element, is number 0, this one would be number 1, and so on. And by typing these parts and the number, I can target some of the elements. If I change this from 0 to 1, the second one, or this one, is going to be falling. Okay, and you can go ahead and duplicate this like so, and again this is going to be number 2, and this can be number 4. I will hit Ctrl Enter, and 0, 2, and 4 had fall down. Okay, fine. Right now I'm going to get rid of this like so, and I'm going to create a for loop. And in the for loop, I'm going to loop through all of these numbers to make all of them fall down. So I'm going to type for parentheses, and I'm going to declare a variable in the for loop. So let I is equal to 0. It is equal to 0 because we are going to be starting with the 0. Then I'm going to say that I is going to be smaller than 10, because as I said, this is number 0 and this is number 9. So we want this to be looping from 0 up to when I is smaller than 10, which is 9. And I'm going to type I plus plus, which means that I is going to be plus 1. Plus plus is plus 1. So it means like I is going to start with 0 and do something with a 0, and then the code is going to repeat, but I is going to be plus plus, which is going to be number 1, and this will be repeating the code until I is going to be 9. Hopefully this makes sense, and I will type in here parts I, and I am going to type the same thing, is plus equal 10. Okay, I will hit Ctrl Enter, and right now all of them are going to fall down. If I change this from 10 to 9, it is not going to include the last one, this one, and I will hit Ctrl Enter, and you can see that this one is going to stay. And the same thing is, wait a minute, I will go back to my code by clicking F9 or right click and choose actions, like so. And if I change this I to 1, it would mean that it would start from the 1, and this one would not also fall down. But I want this to be 0, and I want this one to be 10, like so. One more thing that you can do, and I don't want to overcomplicate this, but this is good practice. Instead of typing 10 in here, you can type parts dot length, and this means that this is going to give you a number, and the number is going to be length of the part, and length of the parts is how many elements are in there. And in our case, there are 10 elements, even though this one started with 0 and this is element number 9, but together there is 10 elements. And I will hit Ctrl Enter, and all of them are going to fall down. And if I would change this to -1, it would be 9, and this one would stay. And the reason why this is good practice is sometimes you can add things to the array or remove things from the array, and if I would have 10, I would have literally written that there is 10 items. But with this parts length, it is going to update if I add or if I remove something from from the array. Okay, fine. Right now, I will have to create some more code, because as you can see, they are falling immediately. But what I want to do is to make them fall when I go over them with the mouse. So let me comment out this part of code so far. So I will hit slash and asterisk for the start of the comment, and asterisk and slash for the end of the comment. And later on we are going to get this code from here, but so far I don't want to have it. So everything is on the position. And let me check if I am recording. Yes, I am. And my microphone is on. Okay, I just had to check. And I will type for, which is again for a loop. And the same thing I will write one more time. So let I is going to be equal to 0. I is going to be smaller than parts length, and I plus plus. Okay, and in here I am going to create even listener for all of my parts. So I'm going to type parts I add event listener. I will start with the click event listener. Later on we will change this to mouse over, but when you want to create mouse over, there is one additional line of code that you will have to create. So far I will go with the click, and I'm going to, after click, create a comma, and in here we have two options. We can either go with anonymous function, which I explained in my introduction to JavaScript, or we can call some function. And I will call the function which is going to be fall down, and I will call it 1, or fall down f, like so. So I will copy the name of the function, and still in the for loop. So don't go outside of the for loop, because this I is only, you can use this I only inside of this loop, not outside of the loop. So in here I will create the fall down function, and I will have to write the function name. So function fall down, and right now what I can do is for now type parts I visible is going to be false. So basically this means this whole code is that we have the for loop. So the I is going to be from 0 to 9. So it is going to include all of our parts from our array, and we are giving all of them even listener, and then we are calling the function fall down, and in the array, in the for loop still we have this function fall down, and we are saying that parts I is not going to be visible, which basically means that if I click on one of them, that one should disappear, but it's not working. So I will hit F12, and I am going to have some kind of error, and I have that fall down is not defined. By the way, you can right click and choose inspect on the Google Chrome, and it is going to open you something like this, and in the console you can check your errors. If you don't have any error, this is going to be empty. So I will go back to my code, and I will check where I have my mistake. Okay, I can see. I wanted to comment out also this line of code, because right now I am calling the function which doesn't exist, because I commented out that function. So let me cut this and paste it in here, because as I said, I wanted to comment it out all of this part. So right now I will hit Ctrl Enter, and I will click, and if I click on one of them, that one is going to disappear. Okay, let me change this to mouse over, and you will see that it is not going to be working right now, because if you want to use mouse over, you will have to, and I will put this somewhere at the beginning of my code, add one additional line of code, which is stage dot enable mouse over and parentheses. And right now, if I hit Control Enter, this should be working with the mouse over, and indeed it is. All right, fine. So now what I want to do is, instead of hiding these particles, you can do it like so if you want, but I will type in here this event listener. So let me copy this. So this is the event listener for the tick, which is like checking the stage very often. But I will get rid of this, and I will paste this in here. One thing that I will have to do is change this to root, because we are inside of the function. So root add event listener tick, and we can create fall down F2. So we are going to be calling one more function, and in the function in here below the event listener, I will have to create the fall down function. So I will type function fall down to parentheses, curly parentheses. So you can have functions in the function, and all of them that is in the for loop. Yeah, and in here, in this function fall down to, I am going to type this code root p1 I is plus equal to 10. But I'm not going to do it this way, but I will type parts I, because we still have access to this I, because we are inside of the for loop, and y is plus equals 10. Okay, and right now, if I didn't do any mistake, this should be working, and I have some kind of error, so I will have to check where is my error. So I will go back to the Adobe Animate. Okay, and I can see that in here I have function fall down to, but I should have fall down F2. So hopefully right now if I hit Control Enter, it is going to be working, and indeed it is. So you can see that there is a very big possibility that while you are writing the code, you are going to create a mistake, which is going to make you an error. And these mistakes are stupid things like this. So one time I forget to type F in here. So that's why it's good to copy and paste these names when you are calling the function. And one time I accidentally put this comment below, but yeah. That's good about the console where you have an error, because it is going to say, for example, I had fall down is not defined, and you know that you have some kind of error with this fall down. Okay, so let me show you this code one more time. So we have this for loop, and the parentheses are this. So this is opening and closing the for loop. Then in the for loop we have event listener for all of the parts, and the event listener is mouse over. And in the event listener we are calling function fall down F. Then we have the function fall down F, and in that function we are calling another event listener, which is tick, which is fall down F2. And then we have inside that the function, and there we are animating the parts. This can be a little bit complicated for you, but try to write this code some maybe a few more times, or try to read throughout the lines, because it's pretty short. Okay. So yeah, and the effect is like it's working. Let me very quickly show you why it's also good to have this parts length. So very quickly I will create one more parts. So I will go to new layer, or you can create new layer like so. And by the way, don't do anything on the actions layer. In the actions, you have this code with this A, and don't do anything like so in there. Okay, if you do something like this, you can either delete it, or if you create multiple things in there, what you can do is if you do something like this, you can right click on that layer or on that layers and choose distribute to layers, and it would distribute it to the layers. And then if you have multiple layers, you can put them to one layer by right clicking on selected layers and choosing merge layers. But that's just for your information, and I will get rid of this. So I will create a rectangle. I can change the rectangle color to maybe green. And one more time, I will do something like this. I will go to the eraser tool, and I am going to do it like so. And I am going to have 10 parts. And again, I will have to convert all of them to the symbols like so. So very quickly I will do it. I could have skipped this part for you, but this is 5-10 seconds, so I'm not going to be skipping it like so. And right now I will create different names, so this can be like so, G1, like the green one, and I will put these names in here like so. So the same thing as we did with the orange ones. And I am doing this because I want to show you how quickly you can add something like this to your code once you have your code created. So last few of them, G7, G8, G9, and the last one is going to be G10. Okay. So hopefully I named them correctly, all of them. I will go back to my code and I will make this bigger, and I am going to duplicate this layer. So I will hit Ctrl D. It is going to duplicate all of the layer, or you can just Ctrl C and Ctrl V. And I will change all of these P's to G's like so. G4, G5, and like this. So I am almost done, and G10. Okay, and right now what I can do is I will delete this beginning. So I have started from this G1, and I can get rid of this in here, and I will just add comma, and I will get rid of this semicolon. So basically this is going to be continuing of the array, and I can actually hit back to put it on one line, but you can without any issues have spaces like so, and even like so. This is fine. This doesn't affect your array. So this is one long array which starts in here and ends in here. And right now this array have 20 items. But because we defined that the for loop don't have the 10, but it has parts length, and parts length is right now 20. If I hit Ctrl Enter, right now all of this would also disappear. And what would be maybe a good idea is to put these parts over in here like so. So I will hit Ctrl Enter, and right now you have multiple parts like this. Okay, and yeah, so we are almost done. One maybe thing that you can do If you want, you can create some kind of button like so. I can go with maybe blue color like this, and I can type in here get discount or something like that. So get discount, and I will make this smaller. Again, if I misspell this, sorry. And I will hit F8, and I can call this to be symbol 11. It's fine. And this is going to be go to web, or whatever name you want to put this. And right now I will go back to my code. I will hit F9 to get in my code. I will adjust this, not like so. I will adjust the size of my code. And again, I can go to the code snippet. Actually, I will have to select my button, and then I will go to the code snippet, to the actions, and there is an option click to go to the web page. I will double click, and it is going to give me this code. I can get rid of this part like so, and right now I have this together with my code. So like this, and this is again even listener with click and calling the function which is arbitrarily named that Adobe Animate created, and here you are, you have just window.open. I have the tutorial about this on the channel. So right now I will hit Ctrl Enter, and if you click on the button, it is going to give you to the Adobe Animate website. You can change the URL in the code. And you can do something like this, and when you have the numbers, you can go to the website, and it is going to maybe put you to some website where you can use this coupon number to have some kind of discount. So yeah, this is it. I can maybe show you how you can publish your files. So let me go in here, and in here I have my animate file, and I have also this JavaScript, HTML, and images like so. I will get rid of them like so. I will go to the file, to publish settings, and in here I will click this icon, and this is going to allow me to go to some kind of folder. So I will find my folder. So here I am. Here is the place where I have my animate file. You don't see it, but it's in here. I will create new folder. I would call it index, but you do not need to. And I would also call this one index like so, and save and hit OK. And one thing maybe in the publish settings is that there is an export image assets, and there is an option either texture, sprite sheet, or image assets. And if you have the texture or the sprite sheet, there is possibility that this is not going to be working on the browser, but you would have to put it on the real website or on the local host to work. But I usually go with image assets, and in this case it should be fine. So I'm going to hit image assets, and I will hit OK, and then I can just hit publish. Okay, and right now in the index I am going to have my HTML and JS. And if you have some images, then we would have an image folder in here. And if I double click, this is going to open me this in the browser, and like so. And the thing is that if you have an images, sometimes it can happen that it doesn't work like so, and you would have an image in the console about something like cross-domain images, but that error, if you put this on the local host or on the real website, is not going to be there. But yeah, there is possibility to have something like that. But yeah, this is it for this tutorial. It was basically to show you this JavaScript and how you can work with it. And I believe that you can use this in other projects, or you can even use this with HTML, CSS, and JavaScript. So if you have some questions or something, you can leave them in the comment, or you can leave anything in the comments. And if you like this video, hit the like, maybe subscribe, and if you decide to subscribe, maybe hit the bell button to be notified. And yeah, thank you very much for watching, and see you hopefully in some other tutorial. Take care, goodbye.